Hey, everybody. Give me just 1 second. I just got to check and make sure the audio is coming through, which I think it is, but let's make sure. And it is. Excellent. Excellent. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Happy Saturday night. I hope you all are doing well. I'm doing pretty fantastic, and I'm glad everybody's joining. Let's check in and see who all's here. I did send out an invite to Avery, but I did do it just like 10 seconds ago. So hopefully he'll get it and join us. But in the meantime, let's see who else is here. Jim's in the house. Hey, Jim says, hello, all, and happy Saturday night. Manuel, my good friend, how are you? Says, good evening, my friend Drew. Happy night. And Avery, absolutely. He says, hiya to Jim. Tim's here. Tim says, good afternoon, all from sunny, cool Henderson, Kentucky. Well, welcome again. Manuel says, happy Saturday night to everybody. And beautiful day in Louisiana. Yes, today was actually a fantastic day in Florida. Granted, most days in Florida are good, but today was actually very nice out. Very nice. Jim says to Manuel, happy Saturday night, my friend. Darlene is in the house. Darlene says hi to Jim, Manuel, and Tim. Welcome to the show. Manuel says hiya to Tim. Good evening and happy Saturday. And he says hello to Darlene. Jim says happy Saturday to Darlene and Tim. Darlene says snow melting here in New Hampshire. Well, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. That's a sign of spring, right? Jim says cool to Darlene. Manuel says Drew is running late on a Saturday night. Just a minute or two. Just a minute or two. Actually, it's 8:04 and I'm at 2 minutes in. So just a couple minutes. Up, and here he is. Let me bring him in. What's up, my friend?
Oh, not much.
How you doing? We're live already, just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, good. I got some comics to show you. Just a little bit. Let me catch up on the chat, and then I'll get to that. But it was a good day at the store today. I think I had a good day at the store. Glenn's in the house. He says new genetic swab kit scam is diagnosing all diseases. Had my name and address. They needed Betty's Medicare or Social Security because she told them that I died 2 months ago. And for each swab test injection, 30-minute call. Very good. Glenn, I really wish you would record your calls and share them with everybody. I know you know what's up. I know you know what's going on. Tim says people are waiting for the total eclipse. We have a total darkness for about 2 minutes here. Okay. I'm not really excited about the eclipse thing. I mean, it's something that happens. That's great, but I'm not in any hurry to see it or anything. I had this strange feeling I'd be one of those dummies that looks right at it and gets blinded for life, you know? Because you know I would do it. Jim says, just finished watching the movie The Beekeeper. Good movie. It was a good movie, but totally unrealistic. All those scammers, there wasn't an Indian guy in the group. I'm going to get called out for that. I just know it. But yeah.
Why, you're telling the truth.
Well, yeah, it was an entertaining movie, but they were all Guido-looking guys. You know, college-looking kids and Guido guys. So, and all the call centers were here in the U.S., which I'm sure there are some here in the U.S., but the majority of call centers are probably from other countries. So why do I have something on my glasses? I see a speck right here. Oh, goodness. It looks like a piece of rice. How did I do that? At least it's not on my shirt, right, Avery?
Uh-huh.
I changed shirts before I started tonight's session, so. Manuel says good evening to Glenn. Jim says hey to Glenn. Phillips here. Hello, Philip. Says hello, everyone. Glenn says audio okay, unlike some scammers. Yeah, I was having that one yesterday that I released yesterday. That was the whole first half of the call. The toes guy. I thought it was going to be a horrible call, but all of a sudden he my cord's getting tangled up on my ear. There we go.
You all right? You gonna make it?
I'm gonna make it. Andy says, hey there. Welcome, Andy. Bigger Don says, Bigger Don in the house. Welcome to the show, my friend. Tarkorf said, good evening. Welcome. Jim says, nice day here in New Jersey. Raining this morning. Okay. Well, we expected rain, but we didn't get any today, and that's okay. Manuel says, hey to Andy. Jim says, hey to Avery. Happy Saturday.
Hello.
Liam is here. Liam says, I just wanted to say this. I am not trying to be a troll or anything, but I really hope that you are using a void phone number rather than your real number. Scammers can easily find a lot of info about you. Liam, the calls I get, I am not doing outbound calls. All the calls I get are inbound calls. They already have my number. They've had my number for years. They're all inbound calls. I know what you're talking about. If you're calling scam call centers and screwing with them, you want to use a number that's not your own. But in my case, every call you hear on my channel is a call that they called me. So they've had my number for years, and some of them have my real name. But the majority, probably 90%, maybe 80%, have a fake name that I've been using for many, many years. There's a lot of ones I just thrown out there and they call for those people. But I know what you're talking about and I understand completely, but I can't hide. I'm out there. Liam says, you from just your number. Yes. They can find out a lot of information from your number. And they also can find out a lot of bogus stuff from my number too, because there's so much bad information out there. Years of screwing with scammers. Andy says, hey to Manuel. Manuel says, happy Saturday. Manuel says to Bigger, happy Saturday night. BB's in the house. Hey, BB, how's it going? She says, hello, everyone. Dave's here. Dave says, hello, Drew. BB says, sorry, I'm late. Hey, no problem. We all run late from time to time. It's a natural state of my person to run late. One of these days I'll be on time, and I'll be on time consistently, but it ain't happening tonight. But thanks for coming in. Dave says, hey to Avery. Manuel says, Liam, happy Saturday night. Glenn says, hit the like button. Yes, absolutely. Hit the like button if you have an opportunity. I appreciate everybody. Clark's in the house, says, I'm right in the middle of the Eclipse path on Monday. Very cool. Very cool. My sister-in-law is in Arkansas right now, and I think she's like slap right in the middle of it as well. So
Slap snap in the middle of
right in the middle of it. Yes, exactly. Philip's here, and he says, I was watching an interview with a real scholar from India, not a scammer, and just hearing the accent, I automatically did not trust him. I feel bad for that. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. So it's sad that in this current world we live in, we have preconceived notion when we hear people talk or we see people, and it's just life. That's part of life, you know. I see somebody under the age of 21 and I don't trust them. Absolutely. These people are horrible. Except for I have a couple nieces and nephews that I would trust. But other than that, I don't trust anybody. I'm just kidding. Manuel says hello to BB. Liam says, same to you, Manuel. Darlene says, some people got nearly 2 feet of snow. Very little here, thank goodness. Mother Nature's got the seasons mixed up. Yeah, we're in the middle of April now. It's supposed to be April showers bring May flowers. Isn't that right? Yeah. Manuel says, hey to Dave. Dave says, Drew, you have to do more videos of you talking to the scammers like you know him your whole life. Those are funny. Those were funny. But I thought they might be getting a little old because I was doing it a lot. But those are funny. I do have a fun time with those. Glenn says, how is your toe collection coming along? Do the pinkies go wee all the way home? Do you cook them with sugar or pink them to make toe jam? Yum. I'm not going to tell you what I do with my toe collection. That is between me and me, as I've said in the video. But I do have an idea for a t-shirt, and I've got to see if I can actually pull it off. It's literally the t-shirt idea that I have. It'll say Misfit Corner Scams on the front, and on the back there's a picture of a toe in a baggie, and on the bag it says Zach, April 2024, Miami. Avery, I guess she just had to be there. It doesn't work for you, huh? It could be funny. It's creepy and disgusting, but it could be funny. Manuel says hi to Clark. Philip says, "What's a good app for VoI for Android or PC?" I don't know for sure. I know Betty Bam Bam makes outbound calls. She's probably got a good recommendation for something like that. Hold on a second. Got the mute button. Very good. Very good. I nailed it. She's someone I know who uses those kind of things. So if she comes in the chat, we'll ask her. But I'm sure you can reach out to her. She's on YouTube. She's a YouTuber, Betty Bam Bam. She could probably give you an idea, but I have no idea unless somebody out there has an idea. Dave says hello to Manuel. BB says that one yesterday was hilarious. He didn't understand you with the toes at first. No, he did not. He later referred to him as fingers on your feet, which I always find it interesting when you're talking to somebody who English is not their first language. You will say a word and it'll be like the first time they've ever heard that word before, and they were like, what does that mean? And it's a common enough word for us that we fully understand it. I worked with a girl many years ago at one of my old companies who spoke perfect English. You would think she was speaking English her entire life, but she wasn't. She was from Venezuela. So Spanish was her native language, but she knew English and she spoke it extremely well. And one day we were arguing over something, and I said to her, I said, "Oh, that's it. I'm throwing down the gauntlet." And she looked at me like, what the hell is that? She had never heard the word gauntlet before and had no idea what it meant. She had never in all of her years had heard the word, used it, and never, and it was not a word that she was familiar with. And I thought that was so interesting for someone who spoke such perfect English. You would never know that she was born in a foreign country or had a primary language. But gauntlet was the word that completely threw her. She had never heard it, and I was shocked. I mean, as kids, we knew Gauntlet. I mean, there was a video game we played, called Gauntlet. Wasn't it called the Gauntlet, or was it something else? Avery? Gauntlet. Yeah, it was just Gauntlet. Why I'm thinking Golden Gauntlet or something, but the bottom line is the expression.
May have been that too. I don't know.
Yeah, the expression throwing down the gauntlet was never something she had ever heard before. And it just shocked me. I thought that was interesting. But I guess with this guy, the word he never came across, never heard anybody say was toes. Toes. I thought that was weird, but wildly entertaining. Clark says hello to Manuel. Jim says, got a Medicare Flex card call. They said they said they was my healthcare company. I asked them what healthcare company you got for me, and they hung up. Yeah, I've had arguments like that before. I want them to tell me who they're from and what they're calling about. And they like generic terms like, I'm calling from healthcare. I'm calling from the U.S. government of healthcare. You guys are so dumb. Love it. Manuel says, I watched the Channel 10 talking about scammers home improvement. Oh, I hadn't heard about that one. Home improvement scammers? I'm sure they're out there. Jim says, happy Saturday to BB. Manuel says, today is my sister's birthday. She turned 56. Well, tell her we said happy birthday. Absolutely. I'm sure that's one of your younger sisters, right? One of your baby sisters? I bet. Darlene says, text now numbers are easy to set up. Oh, okay. Okay. Jim says, I put my first like VOT. I put my first like VOT in. I'm assuming he means the up fingers. Liam says, I understand what you mean, but I'm just saying that for your safety, because if you piss off the wrong scammer, God knows what will happen. Just want you to be safe. Well, I appreciate Liam. I've been doing this. I've been recording and screwing with scammers since 2018. So I've been doing it for a little over 6 years. And I'm not, knock on wood, nothing bad has happened. But I'm not afraid of them. I'm sure they can do stuff and try to do stuff, and I'm sure they will. But I think maybe we tend to give these idiots more power than they actually have. You know what I mean? But no, I understand completely. My current address and a lot of the information about me is not publicly out there. Like my current employer is not publicly out there. I keep that private. Very soon, that's not going to be the case because I will be retired and looking forward to it. 3 weeks left. 3 weeks left. For anybody who wants to know, 3 weeks left. I'm so excited. Very, very excited. BB says, I'm in the prime area too for the Eclipse. Xenia, Ohio, just east of Dayton. Okay, very good. Are you going to watch it? Or, I'm assuming if it's in your area, you're going to at least take a look. But Manuel says hi to Philip. BB says hi to Manuel. Oh, sorry, went too fast. Liam scenes. I've seen firsthand how easy it is to obtain public records of very personal information just from a phone number. It's very scary. Yeah, somebody shared with me there was a website that you can plug in your phone number and it'll give you information on public records. I was shocked at how many different names were associated with my phone number. Not just mine, but several others, people that either I made up or don't exist. So I'm sure they're using the same exact type of websites to find information on my phone number. But there's so much bad information out there. I love it. But there's so much bad information out there. I'm not too worried about it. I mean, there's people that can put 2 and 2 together, and I'm a public person. They can find me. And like I've said before, and Avery, you'll get a kick out of this when I say it, but this is a stand your ground state and a concealed carry state. So I would love for a scammer to come to me and try something. Jim says that tow video scam was funny. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Jim. I started that in order to get the guy to hang up because we were already at 9 minutes when he started calling me out. So I started just screwing with him to see how quickly he'd hang up. And he stayed on for like a whole nother 15 minutes discussing tows. So I had a ball with it, and I appreciate the fact that Zach called me. BB says, hey to Jim. Berths is in the house. Says, good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Jim says, happy Saturday to Berths. Tarkorf says, my cell phone caller has notified, my cell phone carrier has notified me of 2 breaches with my number. Oh boy, did they say to what extent your number was breached? I mean, does that include personal information and stuff like that? That's not good. But I mean, there's a part of me that says none of our information is private anymore. There's somewhere out there, your information is readily available to ugly scammers and pieces of crap. I mean, I told you guys how the other day, it was a week ago or so, the news was talking about how the state of Florida was selling DMV records, including names and addresses and phone numbers, to advertising agencies to use for advertising purposes, and that they wrote it into the law so that it was completely legal for them to do that in order to make money off of your Florida residents' DMV records. And the whole push to the story was, oh, don't worry, it's safe. We're only selling it to reputable companies. But then the question is, what happens when those reputable companies get hacked and your information gets out there? And what's to stop them from selling your information to somebody else? Not much of anything.
Which they will.
They will. They can make money off it. What do you think Google and Facebook and Twitter and YouTube does with your personal information? I am absolutely sure it's completely 100% safe under lock and key where nobody can ever access it. Ever.
No, they sell it.
Oh, yeah. They do. Glenn says, love it when they say they will deliver stuff to my doorstep. I tell them I have porch pirates with peg legs and hooks that only say, "Arr, what's wrong with my mailbox?" You know what? I wonder if they even know what a porch pirate is. See if that's kind of a newer term in our lexicon, so it might be interesting to see if they even know what that is. BB says, I think if I get the chance to talk with a scammer again, I'll ask him why he ran off and left me with all these kids. That's fantastic. You should do that. Jim says, Glenn says, hey to Glenn. Actually, if one of them goes on to say something about my mother, that's a really good, oh, wow, why did you leave her? Leave it with just with us kids. That could be funny. Liam says, I have used Text Now and Skype. In the US, Google Voice is a good option. Okay, very good. God, it's been so long since I've used Skype. I know I had an account. I just haven't touched it in so long. Drew, Manuel says, Drew, hear about the 4.0 magnitude earthquake in New York and New Jersey? Yes, I did. I was actually online talking to my coworkers who live in New York, and they were all saying, holy crap, did you just feel that? They all felt it all at the same time. And they're in different parts of New York. And yeah, they felt it. So it was a big one. I don't know. I haven't heard if there's been any mass destruction or anything like that. I don't think so, because I think the news would be running that nonstop. But yeah, they definitely did feel it. Turns out, I don't know if you guys know this, New York gets earthquakes all the time. I actually did a little look into it. In the last 365 days, they've registered 34 earthquakes in New York, and they're all over the place, and some are really, really small, but they've had 34 of them in the last year. I was like, holy crap. I do not never have associated earthquakes with New York, but it's a common thing. Pretty crazy, huh? Glenn says, England versus the U.S. Yes, absolutely true. Finn's here says, hey, I got scam calls all day, but somehow
we did that one in 1776.
Yeah. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. But somehow I like listening to them to you every morning, harassing them. Well, thank you. I've got more coming. Actually, yesterday I got 3 really good calls. This was Friday. So I scheduled one for tomorrow, or actually the one today. The Walmart one was yesterday. I scheduled one for tomorrow, and then I have another one scheduled for the Monday after the wedding. So I've already taken care of all 4 days, like the day before, the day of, and then the 2 days after. Already have videos scheduled, already good to go. So I don't have to worry about the wedding. So we're going to have a great time, and you guys are going to get videos every day. Video plus a short. Oh, that reminds me. The wedding is on a Saturday, the 20th, 20. So it's 2 weeks away. I will not be live streaming that night, even though some of you have asked, live stream from the wedding. I don't know if there's any type of reception out there whatsoever. It's literally in the boondocks, out in the woods somewhere. So I don't know if it'll get reception or not. But my plan is to do the live stream Sunday night, the 21st. So if you guys are cool with that, let me know in the chat if you're okay with that. And instead of skipping, we'll just do it the next day. And hopefully I'll have pictures and videos to share with you guys. It might be a lot of fun. We'll see. But not next week, but the week after, we'll not be live streaming Saturday night, but we'll live stream Sunday night if you guys are cool with it. All right. So let me know in the chat what you think, and that'll be it. Manuel sends smiley faces. Thank you, sir. Manuel says to Finn59 Shaw. I'm not sure who that is. I don't think I've seen a comment yet, but okay. Happy Saturday. Jim says to Manuel, I was at my doctor's appointment at 10:30 a.m. Friday when the building shook. Those staff girls freaked out. Oh, wow. Now, I'm assuming it was a little bit of shaking, rocking and rolling, but nobody got hurt. At least I hope nobody got hurt. So Glenn says, England versus U.S. car parts, bonnet, hood, boot, trunk. Bonnet, hood, boot, trunk. Okay. Tarkorf says, I like
that's what they call it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Tarkorf says, I like text now as a plus if you don't give it out. For normal use as a phone number, all incoming will be scammers. Okay. Finn says, Kit Boga destroys scammers. Yes, he does. He's got some fantastic videos. I've enjoyed them thoroughly. Philip says, speaking of home improvement scammers, I have heard scammers wanting Home Depot gift cards. Anybody asking for a gift card as forms of payment, 100% scam. Nobody asks for a gift card as payment for anything. That is 100% a scammer's prerogative. They ask for gift cards because as soon as they have the number, there's nothing you can do to stop them from using it and taking the money and stealing it. There's absolutely nothing you can do. There's no stopping it, no nothing. So next adventure awaits says, love your channel. 2 thumbs up from me. Fantastic. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Manuel says, I'm watching wrestling. Yes, my younger sister. I knew it. I knew you're the big brother, my friend. Philip says, thank you to Darlene. Philip says, I am new to scam baiting and can't get past the final expense stage. Those guys are ridiculous in how often they call. Matter of fact, I think tomorrow's video is a funeral expense scam video, which I had a lot of fun with. So enjoy. Philip says, hey there, Manuel. Bigger Don says, Xenia is Xenia. Xenia. Okay. Looks kind of like Xena a little bit, but probably not. Finn says, you have an employer? Yes, I do. I have an employer for another 3 weeks. Besides myself, in 3 weeks, I will be 100% self-employed, and I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that a lot. Manuel says, WrestleMania live on my TV in my bedroom. Excellent. I never got into wrestling. I never got into it. Avery, I know you followed it as a kid at some point in your life, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't a thing for me.
So. I don't follow it anymore. There's nobody I find too interesting.
Gotcha.
All the people, all the greats are gone, and none of the new people are worth a crap.
I like it when wrestlers and boxers and sports people move into movies and they become good at it. You know, like The Rock is pretty damn good at it. John Cena has gotten much better. I've enjoyed a lot of the stuff he's done. There's a bunch of football guys that have gone on to be actors and have been entertaining. So, especially the ones that don't take themselves too seriously, you know. Oh well. Jim says, AI
you forgot the greatest one of all.
You're not going to say O.J. Simpson, are you?
No.
Okay.
Wrestler.
Who? Hulk Hogan?
No. Who also did acting.
Yes, he did.
I know, but someone even better in one of the greatest cult horror movies ever.
Who's that?
Roddy Piper.
Oh, wasn't he in that vampire movie?
They Live.
They Live. Yeah. Okay. The one about chewing bubble gum, right?
God.
I've never seen the movie, believe it or not.
Oh my God!
I'm familiar with that reference.
But you've seen Pitch Perfect too.
I've seen all 3 Pitch Perfects, and I love them.
See, that's what's insane.
I've seen those movies multiple times.
That's what's insane, dude.
I know. It's the 12-year-old girl I am at heart. I can't help it. Jim says, AI have LifeLock. They notified me if my phone number, name, address is compromised. Okay. This Wednesday, April 10th, will be a sad day for me. I will make 25 years since my husband passed away. He was 2 days shy of his 48th birthday. BB, I'm so sorry to hear that. 25 years. Wow. Well, thoughts and prayers keeping in my mind. So, I know that's tough. My father-in-law, the date of his passing, this is the day before my mother-in-law's birthday. So needless to say, now that when her birthday comes around, she gets very depressed because her husband passed away the day before her birthday. So that's a sucky thing to have a constant reminder of that. So, Glenn says students would never learn how to count down from 10 to 1 unless they watch the Food Network. Students would never learn how to count down from 10 to 1 unless they watch the Food Network. I don't know what that reference means. But, okay. Philip says, I can't speak for everyone, but long videos are fun too. Oh, yes, absolutely. I try to make long videos as much as possible, but sometimes I'll get one, like a 6-minute long video that's just great, and I got to make it standalone because it was so good. So I try to mix it up a little bit. Philip says, not trolling. What does it mean to have a phone number breached? Not sure. I'm assuming that means your number and any personal information connected to it is available. Name, address, phone number, that type of thing. So most likely. Manuel says, I like your videos. It was very funny about the toe this morning. God bless you, Drew. Okay, thank you. Yes, please. I need to be blessed as much as possible. Stan's here. Hey, Stan. He says, I was getting EC Comics vibes from the toe video. I wasn't channeling that, but I could definitely see that. I mean, there was a part of me that was trying to do a little Hannibal Lecter in there, but without implying what I actually do with the toes. Just the fact I collect them was more than enough to be creepy. So we'll see. Birth says, I love text now. I get to change my number every 30 days. Oh, very cool. Snippy Girl 21 says, hello, everyone. Just found your channel and started watching your videos. Well, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining, Snippy. I appreciate it greatly. Manuel says, hello to Births and hello to Snippy. BB says, yes, I will watch the eclipse unless it's too cloudy. I was lucky enough to find the eclipse glasses that someone sent me for the eclipse back in August of 2017. Oh, okay. Very cool. Liam says, I know that when scammers snap, they can go very hard on one specific person. I know that scammers have tried to even subpoena Jim Browning. They failed since they don't know who he actually is. Well, Liam, I actually have, there's probably a handful. I know of one, actually two for sure, that know who I am, know my real name, know about my channel and have my number and have called me on different occasions. James as well as Wayne have called me directly and, just chit-chatted with me in some cases because they know I'm just going to screw with them and waste their time. So I'm not impossible to find. Not that I'm saying, hey, anybody out there, come find me. But there's not much hiding my identity at this point. I know. Tarkorf says, as far as I know, just the number. Okay. Burr says, hey, Snippy. Hey, Manuel. Snippy says hello to Manuel. Happy Saturday. Snippy says hello again. Snippy says hello to Births. Philip says thank you to Liam. BB says the earthquake was actually in New Jersey, but New York seems to want to take credit for it. Isn't that always like New Yorkers? They always want to take credit for something somebody else does, I am not going back to New York. I'm just not. That's too crazy.
Not for me.
Yeah. Tim says, I am not far from New Madrid fault line. Oh, boy. Philip says, I enjoy listening to your daily show on the way to work at 7:30 Pacific time. Very cool. Philip says, a wedding at 4:20, snicker, snicker, snicker. I don't know if that was part of their plan, but I do know what that reference means.
Of course it was.
I really don't know. I'll have to ask her about it.
Of course it was.
Probably there's something in there. Finn says, when they ask me how I am doing, I say, well, I kind of feel bad. They don't care until I say, hang on, I'm going to throw up. Really dramatic. And then they hang up. That's funny. I'll have to remember that one. That one's a good one. Philip says, totally cool and doing it on a Sunday. Oh, okay. Excellent. Birth says, on my text now number, I get a call saying client services, and I ask what this is all about. And the lady says, if I don't tell me who you are, I'll send the FBI and the CIA to your doorstep. I love it when they threaten stuff like that. I think it's hilarious. We're going to send somebody to your home, or I love it when they say, we're going to cancel your Medicare number. It's like, oh, you guys are so full of crap. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Darlene says, Vermont and New Hampshire had an earthquake. Oh, really? Okay. Glenn says, high wind warnings in Colorado. Getting 80 to 100 mile per hour winds right now. Avery, avast ye survey sailors, batten down the hatches. Oh boy. Is Colorado, is there a tornadoes in Colorado? I'm assuming there might be, but we actually had one here locally just recently. We had some bad weather and some winds, and there was a report of a small tornado that hit some business areas. I mean, they didn't do a lot of damage, but it was officially a tornado. But yeah. Finn says, "Who's getting married? Why won't there be a reception?" Well, there is a reception. There is a reception. It's my daughter who's getting married, and there is a reception right after the wedding. But I'm fairly certain the place that they're getting married is kind of, it's not in the wilderness, but it's a how do you describe it? The venue is in the woods type of thing, because there's an open area in the woods area where they're getting married, and then we all go inside to the venue. But I don't believe it has internet out there. Maybe they do. I don't know if they do. I don't know if they have Wi-Fi or not. I guess I'll find out.
Yeah, you mean internet reception?
Yeah,
4G is what.
Yeah, I don't think it's out there, but I don't know. Oh, he meant reception. Okay, won't there be a reception? Oh no, he said, why won't there be a reception?
Yeah, he got confused of what reception you were talking about.
Right. I was talking about Wi-Fi reception. So,
yeah.
Manuel says, "I'm cool with that, Drew. A Sunday night. Awesome. Okay, excellent." Burr says, "I said go ahead. My address is the police station in Islip, Massachusetts." Very good. Darlene says, "Sunday is fine. Enjoy the reception." Excellent. The Lady Peace here says, "Hey, everyone. Hi. How's it going? Welcome to the show." Manuel says hi to the Lady P. Burr says hi. BB says no, it's Xenia. Okay, Xenia. Burr says, "Glenn, where in Colorado do you live?" "I grew up in Aurora, Colorado." Lady P says hi to Manuel. BB says, "Orzin ja," like the German word for yes. Okay. See, I thought Jacksonville was difficult, but now at least for the scammers it is. The Lady P says hi to Births. Darlene says, "So sorry, BB." Rockin' Archive says, "I've seen at least one news story per week locally for the past several weeks about someone losing big bucks. People are so gullible. Keep baiting." Well, as long as they keep calling me, I'm going to keep screwing with them. Absolutely. Thanks a lot. Philip says, "You can't get a better wrestler in a movie than Tor Johnson in Plan 9 from Outer Space." I don't think I've seen that movie either. Are you familiar with that one?
Plan 9 from Outer Space is considered one of the worst movies ever.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's hilariously bad. It's also like Boris Karloff's last movie.
Really? Okay.
Because it's an Ed Wood movie, I believe.
Oh, okay. Oh, that I'm familiar with. I've never seen an Ed Wood movie. So at least not from start to finish. I've seen clips of them.
I couldn't watch it all, and I like some pretty cheesy movies, but I couldn't even watch it all.
Gotcha. BB says, "Thanks, Drew, for the nice thoughts." Absolutely. Tim says, "One wrestler told me I was an idiot and a loser for watching him. He was right, so I turned off the TV and never went back." Oh boy.
Yeah. He must have. That's part of the kayfabe. He was probably a bad guy, a heel.
And
you're an idiot watching this, blah blah.
BB says, "I think Glenn means that before the people are done cooling, they cut down the last few seconds and then have to complete the meal." I think Glenn means that before the people are done cooling, they count down the last few seconds they have to complete the meal. Okay. Honestly, I don't think I've ever watched any of those shows, so that's new to me. Manuel says, "Hey to Stan." BB says, "I think they must have found a way to go after Pierogi, as I haven't seen any of his videos lately." Okay. Dan's here. Hey, Dan says, "I love to groove my address. I love to I think what he's trying to say is I love to give my address as the Attica prison in Attica, New York." That is a good one. Manuel says, "Hey, is Avery tonight, my friend Drew?" Yeah, he's here. BB says, "I'm fine with Sunday too."
Hello.
Okay, excellent. Stan says, "Hello to Manuel. Happy Saturday to you too." Liam says, do you ever think you will start advancing your scam baiting, like using a VM or doing reverse connections to the computer? That's what I do. Okay. Well, I'll be honest with you, Liam. My normal day, I have a day job that luckily I get to work from home. And when I get a scam call, I take the call and record it as I'm doing it. I don't have that much time to do any reverse connections or any of that kind of stuff. I don't know. Who knows? Something like that may change after a few weeks, but right now I'm just busy enough just taking all the calls I get. As a matter of fact, I got five solar scam calls today while at the store. And I was just so annoyed. I kept telling them, why do you guys keep calling me? You're screwing with me. And I love it, but quit bothering me. I'm working. J-Op is here, says, hello. So I have told you Medicare is not a scam. Well, no, Medicare is not a scam. There is such a thing as Medicare, and it's not a scam. But yes, there are scammers that try to take advantage of people who do have Medicare, Jay. So, I don't know exactly what your stance is right there. We all are aware that Medicare is a real thing.
Medicare fraud is huge.
It is absolutely huge. The Lady P says, was pretty decent in Chicago today. Okay. I know Chicago is one of the northern states. It's still snowing up there by any chance? Philip says, remember, the best way to protect your identity is to have an identity that nobody wants. That's a good one. That's a good thing, Philip.
Success.
There was a time when our credit was so crappy. I jokingly said to my dad, if somebody wants to steal my identity, go for it. All they could do is improve it, improve my credit. He didn't think that was funny, but at the time it was really true. Glenn says, I have to take my daughter to the airport at 2:30 a.m. She is going to Dallas to watch the eclipse. Okay. We actually have a friend who is in the Texas area right now, and he's gone to go check out the eclipse. I think that's awesome, but I am not going to take my time out of my day to go do that. That's a little crazy. But hey, you never know. BB says, whoa to Glenn. Stay safe. The Lady P says to Philip, laugh out loud. Philip says, smiley face. Burst says, as a scam baiter, have you ever asked a scammer if they ever had a loved one who had been scammed or lost anything and even took their own life as a result? Ooh, that's a little dark. I have not asked them that, but I have asked them, if their parents are proud of them, knowing what they do. And you'd be very shocked at some of their responses because they don't like it when you throw it back onto them, especially the ones that like to say bad things about my mother. My mother is a wonderful, salt of the earth kind of lady. So, all right,
I think in their culture it's a much bigger insult.
Yes, it is. That's like calling somebody gay is like super insulting in their culture, but for us it's like okay. Yeah. I guess
whatever.
I guess I'm gay. Yeah.
Like no one cares.
I have yet to be offended by that accusation. So, all right, give me just a second. I was at one point bringing up a comment I wanted to read. Wrong link. Whoops. I had some other stuff I need to bring up first. I want to get back. I do absolutely want to get back to the chat, but I had to bring up some stuff just in case because stuff's happening. Where did I lose it? Here it is. Okay. I'm just bringing up the comments to read later. Let's see. Where was I here? Oh no, did I get lost? I did get lost. Christina says, "Hi all, Drew. Did you get your toes?" I'm not going to tell you. It's a secret. I did not make it down to Miami, but you never know. Manuel says hello to Christina. J-Pop says hello, sir. What you think about us Medicare callers? What do I think about you Medicare callers? J-Op, if your job is to contact people claiming to be from Medicare and you're absolutely not from Medicare, then I think you guys are some of the most horrible people on the planet. But there are real Medicare assistance people out there. They do exist. There are people out there that help people with their Medicare. And I hate to say it. I mean, I don't want to come off as being rude or racist, but just simply based on the way you're typing these questions and responses, I know you're not from the U.S. I don't know if I'm implying that or whatnot, but yeah, I already have my sneaky suspicion on where this is going. BB says, "Oh, I found out what movie you were talking about that I asked about. It's Wild Robot. Yes, I saw the preview for that. That's fantastic. Actually, I was at the theater the other day with my wife, and I saw the movie poster, and I immediately called my son up and said, "Hey, you can get me a copy of the Wild Robot movie poster. I really want one because I think that poster looks fantastic." Manuel says, "Hey to J-Op." BB says, to Darlene, thanks. The Lady P says, "I want to scam bait." Hey, trust me, eventually everybody gets called. Do your best to screw with them. Sarah's here. Hey, just got home from the anniversary dinner. Fantastic. Thanks for joining, Sarah. We appreciate it. Glenn says, "I live in Longmont, just north of Boulder. Yes, we get occasional tornadoes here. Wind now is just because of the low pressure ridges. Trees were waving pretty good now. Oh boy." J-Op says, "Can you please reply to me?" I've already answered you twice now. What are you missing out on? This guy's starting to get annoying. I don't know if anybody else is getting annoyed by him, but you know where he's going with his questions. Manuel says hello to Sarah. Happy anniversary. Happy Saturday. Sarah says hi to Avery and Drew.
Hello.
Jay says hello to Christina, Sarah, the Lady P, J-Op, and Liam. J-Op says hello, everyone. Even misspelled hello. Oh, my God. J-Op, do you know what a toe is? Just out of curiosity, you know what a toe is? Sarah says, "Thanks, Manuel, but it was for a relative." Okay. BB says, "I guess it's easier way to remember how to pronounce Xenia is thinking of it as Sia in Xenia." Okay. Sarah says, "Thanks to Jim." J-Pop says, "I'm in India. It's Sunday morning today." Okay. I kind of had a sneaky suspicion that might be the case, but okay. Sarah says, "How many weeks?" 3 weeks. 3 weeks left. 15 business days. And actually, what's really funny about those 15 business days is I actually have like 2 of them as vacation days. So it's actually only 13 business days. Guys, I'm so excited. BB says, "I meant cooking, not cooling." Oh, I gotcha. Manuel says, "Happy Saturday" to BB. He says, "Happy Saturday morning to BB. I don't know if this is a new person or not that's in here. I'll have to see." Philip says, "The solar scammers call me the most on Saturdays." Yeah, I got 5 of them today. They were annoying as hell. Glenn says, "I think Pierogi is just having some personal issues. He will be back." Okay. Well, guys, that does happen. Got to remember, a lot of YouTubers are real people, you know, and personal stuff happens and things happen. So Manuel says to BB, "I'm sorry, tell you Saturday." Okay. Sarah says, "Everyone ready for the eclipse?" Yeah, there's a lot of people out there who are. The Lady P says, "No, it was in the 50s today." Okay, so it wasn't snowing. Okay. Rockin' in the Archive says, "How does one with spare time get started in scam baiting? Is it the Scam Baiters 101 website?" Honestly, Rockin', with me, it started because I kept getting the same calls over and over again, and it was annoying as hell. And I eventually told one of the scammers, I said, "You know what? I want you to stop calling me." And he said, "We will never stop calling you." And my response was simply, "Well, then I am never going to stop screwing with you then." And it has been a constant daily battle ever since. They have called me every day for the past 6 years to the point where I was actually driving my mother-in-law to one of her doctor's appointments, and on the drive, my phone rang like 6 times, and she was ready to pull her hair out, and I said, this is nothing. This is so normal for me. It's crazy, you know? But, oh well. All right, let me get back here real quick. I just had to check on something and see where we're at. The Lady P says, hi to Jim. BB says, I locked my credit with all the credit reporting agencies. Very good. I've heard that is a good thing. I've never done it myself, but I know it's something that you can do to protect yourself, especially if you're potentially a vulnerable person. Locking your credit, that's something, what's his name? What's the Clark Howard recommends for people? Definitely. Manuel says, hey, hello to Rockin' in the Archives. Gadgets for Fun says, sir, please don't say Medicare calls are scams. I have never said Medicare calls are scams. When have I ever said Medicare calls are scams?
Most of the people calling you about Medicare is a scam because Medicare doesn't call you.
Absolutely. 100% of the people calling me claiming to be from Medicare are scammers. So, sir, please don't say Medicare calls are scams. Whatever. I hate stupid people. Gadget, I'm not saying you're stupid, but you know what? That response is extremely stupid. If you watch any of my videos and you've seen the constant calls from people claiming to be from Medicare and they're full of crap, you would understand what I'm talking about. Medicare is not a scam. Medicare is a real thing, and there's a lot of people, 65 million Americans out there that have Medicare. It is a real thing. But people calling you from foreign countries, claiming to be from Medicare, trying to get your personal information, especially your Medicare information, those are scammers. Wake up. Pay attention to what we're talking about. Pay attention to what's going on out there in the world. Medicare fraud is a real damn thing. Sorry, Gadget. I didn't mean to go off on you. You didn't deserve that.
No, ban them.
Liam also says, also, since you got a lot of scam numbers from them calling you, please consider reaching out to the AVAH reach out group. They report the numbers, and it really does make a difference. The only problem with that, Liam, is that a lot of the numbers that I get are spoof numbers. They're local numbers, and you know they're not calling from the U.S. Matter of fact, the guy that I had on the phone the other day with the tow call was calling from a 904 area code and then claiming he was in Miami. That's not a Miami area code. He's spoofing somebody else's number. The chances that they're calling from a number that I could actually call them back or actually report, honestly, is so nil. It's so small. It's almost... when I get a local number, I do not call it back under any circumstances normally. I don't call it back simply because I know I'm going to be bothering some little old lady who has no idea why you're calling her. And that's the truth. So Manuel says, my friend Drew, I see your awesome cat in the office on video this morning. Oh yeah, they're around. Avery, I got home today from the store and I asked my mother-in-law how the day went. And she said, did you know we have 4 crazy cats and Regal? Regal is my cat, who's wonderful. She and Stranger are kind of technically my cat, and they're both wonderful. But supposedly Stranger has been causing a lot of issues with one of the other little girl cats we have because they don't like each other. Well, let me correct that. Stranger could care less about all the other cats in the house, but Betsy, her cat, who you all know, the monster, Betsy the monster, does not like Stranger at all. She's another young girl cat in the house, and she does not like her at all. So they had some fun today with that. Jim says, hey to the Lady P. Philip says, it crosses my mind that scammers type could come on here weekly to learn how to hone their skills. Yeah, they could, but I don't think they're that smart. So, well. Gadget says, sir, stream is delaying. I don't know exactly what that means. I'm sorry. Philip says, dogpile on J-Op. That happens. Glenn says, I think J-Op meant U.S., not us, as in we. Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't necessarily help, but Philip says it's 6:20 in India right now. 6:20 in the morning? 6:20 a.m.? Yeah, okay. Vicky says, evening all. You need a few more mods to weed out the trolls. I've got a couple, but, everybody's welcome here until they start to become a pain in the ass. So Just keep that in mind, J-Op. J-Op went bye-bye. Okay, darling. Good, good. BB says, hey to Manuel. Happy Saturday and Sunday. Philip says, wishing Pierogi all the best. Birth says, on the 28th of April, it'll be like a big 60 for me. Oh, excellent. Fantastic. 28th of April. That's coming up really soon. Very good. Manuel says, hello to Vicky. The Lady P says, Jim, thanks. I needed that. Philip says, I have seen some nice scam baiting how-to videos on YouTube. Oh, I'm sure they're out there. Absolutely. Philip says, he is in a fun topic for... Here's a fun topic for next week. Burr says, the scammer, if they want to call me, I want to make them regret calling me. Very good. That's always the way to handle those. Philip says, everybody count the number of scam calls you get next week, and then we'll report here next Saturday. That sounds good. Now, I count the calls that come up on my phone as scam likely, as a scam call, even if there's nobody there. And that does happen. I do get calls where nobody's there, where the line connects. You're like, hello, hello, and then nobody's there. That's really them testing the line. I always assume it's them testing the line to see if somebody will answer the phone. I get dozens and dozens of those every day. So that happens. BB says, I'm glad you found out a way to turn lemons into lemonade with doing the scam baiting. Well, I've always said, BB, if they're going to call me, I'm going to screw with them. So it's just that simple. They can stop. They could stop one of these days. And I feared that they would. They'd stop calling, but then I get 15, 20 calls in a day, and I know for a fact that they're still there. They're still hanging on because they love me. It's got to be love. It must have been love. No, sorry. BB says, yes, I heard about locking your credit from Clark Howard. Excellent. Vicky says to Philip, fun idea, break them down into categories. Philip says, caller ID is meaningless in 2024. That is absolutely true. The Lady P says that I like Jim Browning and Pleasant Green as well. I've heard of those. All right, give me just a second. I'm trying to multitask here.
I haven't listened to Clark Howard in a really long time. And the last time I heard him, he had prostate cancer. So I'm kind of curious how that's going for him.
I still hear him. He's got like a Clark Howard minute on the local news one here. So I know I've heard of him recently. I'm assuming he's doing okay, but it's one of those things. I did hear that he had been sick, but he's apparently he's still working. So I mean that's good.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here. BB says LOL to Philip. Philip sends smiley faces. Manuel says, I like Jim Browning and Pleasant Green. Awesome scam baiting. Yeah. All right. Just one more second. I gotta... Sorry. Like I said, multitasking again. Sarah says she blocked J-Pop. Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, sorry, throat's a little dry. All right, back here. Let's see. Sorry, I lost my place. Rockin says RL Rosie says her mother was a scam victim. That's why she started baiting. I only started because they kept calling. I mean, freaking A, they never stop. So, might as well screw with them. I mean, they called me. They obviously are looking for my input on how well they do their job. Might as well enjoy it. All right, hold on a second. Oh, sorry. It's 4:20 somewhere. Yeah. I think I hate to say it, but I think my kids knew that. All right. Let's see. Happy birthday to Burst, says BB. Burr says, as far as Medicare fraud, people need to understand that what happens in one is charged for services they didn't get, they didn't ask for, they never intended. In the future, if the person goes to get the particular service, okay, I know what she's trying to say. Glass Bottles here and says hello, E&E. Clifford's here, says hey guys, welcome to the show, guys. Manuel says happy birthday to Births. Burr says can't because the fraud has happened and they can't get the services anymore. That's a horrible realization to Medicare fraud, is when they bill for something you never got, you never asked for, and you never actually do receive. And then heaven forbid, should you actually need that product or that service, and they won't approve it because technically they say you've already gotten it. Horrible, horrible things. Manuel says hey to Clifford. Jim says happy birthday to Burse. Clifford says hello to Manuel. The Lady P says Manuel thumbs up. BB says I like Rickenbacker music. He did scam betting plus some other stuff. Okay, I don't think I've ever heard of Rick. I think I've heard the name before, but I don't think I've ever seen anything by him. Hey, B. Bernie B's here, says fantastic. Says Clark Howard has a YouTube show. He's great. He is fully recovered from heart surgery and had a valve replacement. Okay, I thought it was cancer too, Avery, but maybe it wasn't.
Yeah, last I heard, it was years ago that he had prostate cancer, but they weren't doing anything because they tested it, and it was a really slow progressing kind, right, and he might actually never need to do anything about it.
Well, like my dad had colon cancer when he was in his early 50s, and it went into recession and remission, and it came back in his 70s. And my mom says, your dad's got his colon cancer again. We've been waiting for this for the last 25 years. So it finally came back. It's like, God. But that's what happens in some cases. So,
yeah.
Burst says, thank you for your birthday wishes. Absolutely. BB says, thanks, Sarah, for blocking J-Op. Glenn says, after last comment from J-Op, they are now banned. I didn't even read his last comment. I just skipped it all together. Manuel says, thank you so much, Sarah, for blocking him. BB says, yes, Pleasant Green is good. The Lady P says, my birthday is the 18th. Oh, fantastic. That's coming up soon, too. Well, happy birthday. Happy early birthday. Manuel says, awesome, Glenn, doing a great job. Sarah says, I got collection calls, but no scam calls. Michelle's here. Hey, Michelle, how's it going? Says hi. Glass Bottle says, I noticed scammers are trying to troll scam baiters lately. Yes, they have. They've been doing that a lot lately, which, whatever. Cool. Bring it on. Sarah says, happy birthday to Births. Rockin says, did the OIG ever come looking for you about that abandoned bloody drug car found in Texas? No, they didn't. For some strange reason, you'd think that would be a very important thing. It's not like they don't know my name, have my address, and my phone number. The Lady P says, that's a shame to Births. Clifford says, I got scam texts on the daily. They can be real funny. Always some package I didn't order or a bank I don't have an account with. What's so funny is I get the scam texts as well, but I barely ever check them. I barely ever look into them. So Glass Bottle says, watch Rick. He is gold. Jim says, thanks, Glenn, for getting rid of that troll. Yes, thank you. The Lady P says, happy birthday to Births. Darlene says, MRI Resu. I think she might be saying MRI results, maybe. Sarah says, welcome. Absolutely. Manuel says, hiya to Glass Bottle. Birth says, when dealing with scammers, I take notice of all the scam baiters I listen to and screw with them. Fantastic. Darlene says, MI results are normal. Just got to follow up on the hearing test. Excellent. Excellent, Darlene. That's wonderful to hear. Tim says, my father-in-law had pig valve in his heart. Had to watch when he goes near mud puddles. What? So sad. So sad. Hey, Betty's here. Hey, Betty, how's it going? Hello, Misfit Corner Scams and Chat. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Thanks for the update on Clark Howard, who gave that.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate that because I hadn't watched him and heard him.
Well, he has a YouTube channel. So maybe check it out.
Yeah.
Junior says, hey. BB says, happy birthday to Lady P. That's my mom's birthday too. Sadly, we lost her in 2005, 4 days after she turned 95. Wow, what a full life. I don't know about you guys, but when I hear about somebody who got into their 80s or 90s before passing away, I always think, what a full life they led. You know, that's not. I mean, it's sad, but to know they had such a full life is very comforting to me. I mean, it saddens me when you hear somebody in their 30s and 40s passing away, but somebody who's reached their 70s, 80s, 90s, it's like, I only hope, wish I can make it that long, you know? Oh, Sarah says, great news, Darlene. And the Lady P says, sorry to hear that, BB. Okay, I did want to share a comment with you, and now that I'm caught up, I want to get to this one comment that I read. I want to share with you guys, just because every now and then I get people that'll let me see if I've I gotta remember which one it is. Comments. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. All right. Every now and then I get comments from people that I want to talk about, so let's bring this one up. This person, Archer 0079 says, "Oh, you know what? It would help if I read it from the original thing because I could see it better. That call is from Medicare Advantage programs. Most companies use non-licensed guides to pre-screen and transfer people to licensed agent and brokers. It's not a scam, and Part B reimbursement is offered by most carriers such as Humana, UHC, Devoted, and many more. This script is approved by the CMS, and it's word for word what every company uses to be compliant. He was just doing his job, is all. I get being cautious. Maybe look into it a little further." Now, you guys are familiar with the calls I've recorded and released. And you guys know as well as I do that, yes, there are people out there that help people with their Medicare and Medicare Advantage. It's true, absolutely. But these unprofessional pieces of crap that call me on a daily basis, especially the ones that ask for Herschel or Timothy or Carl, people who don't exist because they definitely didn't get the names from Medicare when they called my number, are full of crap, and to even try to defend the people on some of these calls is hilarious to me. So stupid. Anyway, my response was, and it is also their job to transfer you to a licensed agent and then stay on the line and listen into the call. Using this as a means of gathering your personal information, I've had hundreds of calls where that exact same thing has happened. After several minutes talking to an agent, the scammer who's been listening in the whole time comes back on the phone with me. Yes, there are call centers that call you and connect you with real agents, but there are also scammers that do the same exact thing in order to gather your personal information and steal from you later. Honestly, if you trust these guys when they call you, feel free to give them any of your personal information you want. All I can do is warn people of what they do. It's up to you to act. Good luck. Now, guys, this is one of my standard reaction comments. Like, you're not looking at the whole picture. You're obviously not seeing all the videos. You're not listening. You don't know what actually is going on. You're just trying to defend a piece of crap because you think, oh my gosh, they're doing their job, right? And then I always end it with, listen, if you trust them, feel free to give them all your personal information when they call you, because they will one day. They'll call you and be my guest. Give them your information. And then I always say, good luck, or, whatever, good luck, buddy. He comes back. Wait till you guys hear this. He comes back, and Avery, you'll get a kick out of this. He says, Misfit Corner Comics, obviously, I'm not going to convince you. Absolutely not, dumbass. I have experience on my side. Just keep treating people like crap based on their accents. When have I ever done that? When did I say in this, if you get a call from an Indian person, it's automatically a scam and treat them like crap? My firm belief is, and I've told this many, many, many times, I do not immediately assume anybody that calls me with a foreign accent is a scammer. I take every single call as potentially a serious call. It's their actions, their script, it's how they behave, who they ask for. It's that simple. But this guy immediately, guy or girl, I don't know for sure, immediately went the line of, oh, well, obviously you're a racist. It's like, kiss my butt. He says, what do they call that when you judge someone on an immutable characteristics? He's literally calling me a racist. He's literally calling me a racist in this comment. It says, I bet you think Puerto Rico should get their green cards too. Laugh out loud. What the hell does Puerto Rico have to do with this? Where did that come from? You know, I don't know if he's just trying to push buttons or whatever, but this guy is an absolute idiot. I responded, said, so good to know that I'm not going to convince you either with dozens and dozens of calls where these horrible people try to take advantage of elderly citizens and you simply blow it off as racist. Good to know what side you're on, my friend. A criminal is defined by their actions, nothing else. Please pay attention when they start calling you. Some know how to hide their accents really well, but their script and their actions are all the same. Good luck. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I had to share this with you because this person infuriated the hell out of me how dumb they were. And then, of course, I clicked on their ID just to see, you know, if they've been around for a while. And this is what I get when I did it. Archer 007, trolling the world one comment at a time. Good to know there's piece of craps out there like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's just a troll.
Just doing it to troll. I know. But I was amazed at how quickly he called me a racist and how kind of overtly he did it, you know? Guys, I appreciate you all coming in. I appreciate every single person that comes in here. I appreciate every person who watches my videos. I appreciate everybody who leaves a comment. I read them all. I may not respond to every single one, but I do read them, and I do appreciate you guys immensely. You know what was so funny? We were talking numbers the other night, Todd and I and Avery and some other guys, and I was telling them that my live streams are probably the smallest aspect of my channel, but I so much love doing it. I love coming in here and talking to you guys. So, and I appreciate. I'm never going to catch back up on the chat. We'll be here another hour, so I'm going to go back and read the chat later, but I'm not going to read them live. But I want to let you guys know. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your weekend. I love doing this on Saturday because I know I still have another day before I have to go back to work, and that's always a good thing. But remember, as always, if you guys get calls like the ones I get, either hang up on them or screw with them like I do. And if you do screw with them, try to record it and share it with people. Remember the golden rule: screw and share. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I've got 3 weekends left. I'm very excited about it. And 3 weeks left. When I say weekends, 3 weeks left, and then I'm free. Then I'm free to be myself. I can get back to collecting toes.
Yeah. Free the racism.
Shut up. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. And Avery, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Take it easy, everybody. Bye.
Bye.